I feel like I'm surrounded in a world where people throw fake principles up and they really just say it to sound good. It's not something that they genuinely are concerned or care about. And you see it in their actions. So I want to go over three things in this video. And I am about to go live on the whole Drake Kendrick thing. If you want to respond about this video or anything here, check me in my live. I'll call you up and we can respond about it. But like, I wanted this to be separate because this is important to me. There have been allegations about Drake coming out now about being a PDF file, as they call it on the internet now. And I'm going to go over a bunch of those, but the two that stick out the most to me is because two of the now women who were little girls at the time have now spoken up and sort of defended Drake. The first was Millie Bobby Brown, who is the star of the show Stranger Things, which hits me personally because I have an 18-year-old daughter now. So all the years Stranger Things was out, my daughter was young at the time. Millie Bobby Brown is a couple years older than my daughter, and she really looked up to Millie Bobby Brown. So it kind of hits home to me to see something like this as a father to an 18-year-old girl and a 7-year-old little girl. But Drake went into her DMs, and she thinks that they developed a close friendship to where Drake would text her, Drake would give her advice. Keep in mind, Drake is a 30-something-year-old man at the time, and he's texting a 14-year-old little girl. And she stated that they went out to dinner the next day. Why a grown-ass man would be going out to dinner with a 14-year-old is beyond me. But this video is about her defending that. And as Rick Ross came at Millie Bobby Brown, this is what she had to say in response. She stated, "I'm very blessed to have amazing people in my life, and you don't get to choose that for me. What bothers me about the defense is that I believe if I were to ask you, close your eyes and describe to me what a PDF file looks in your head, I would think that you think the PDF file looks something like this. A horrid monster, creep, dirty, dumb person that you can see coming from a mile away that's pretty stupid. But in order for someone to be a successful PDF file, they would look the complete opposite. They would appear friendly. They would be effective and intelligent. They would convince a 14-year-old little girl that we only have a friendly friendship. Now, I'm not even saying that this could be the motives of Drake. Maybe Drake just wanted to be a friendly guidance counselor to her. We don't know. I can't say what's in someone's mind, but I can look at a series of actions from that person and deduct what I feel is unsafe for me, and I would not want my child around that person. We talk all the time about someone getting children to defend them, and this child goes out and they don't realize the harm that they could do to the world. I really think that Millie Bobby Brown believes what she's saying. But what's so horrible about her comment is that for PDF files out there, she's teaching little girls who could be in harm and danger around sick individuals that this type of relationship is fine and okay because they grow up in some sick, twisted Hollywood world where a 30-some-year-old man can go to dinner with a 14-year-old girl. But if you're just looking at that as one incident, remember, you have to put everything into a bowl and look at it as a total. So if I look at this situation with Millie Bobby Brown, and then I come to the next situation where Drake had a concert with a 17-year-old girl, and in this concert, the girl tells Drake she's 17 years old. Drake does the right thing. He moves away. He was just touching all over her body, giving her a massage on stage. She announced that she's a child. Drake does the right thing and move away. What does it say about someone's mentality that after you find out that this is a kid, that you then purposely go back over to the girl after giving her a sexual compliment, after telling her she's thick, after rubbing on her again, after kissing on her left jaw, kissing on her right jaw, and then looking at her, caressing the bottom of her chin to pull this child forward and kiss her on the lips. Now, this child grows up, 31 years old, and this is what she had to say about the incident that happened with her and Drake on stage. She says, "This was purely for his stage act. I was 17 years old and I'm 31 now. It was nothing then and it's nothing now." This blew my mind. Not only that she said that, but the reaction of fans, which we'll get into in just a short moment. But for right now, just focusing in on this 31-year-old woman who is a child. People are saying Drake is vindicated. How is Drake vindicated? What in these words vindicated the grown man's actions to a 17-year-old little child? She said that this was a stage act. What she means by that is that celebrities pull people on stage all the time. Bobby Brown's been doing it since forever. They do these kinds of acts. It isn't the fact that you pulling someone on stage. It's the actual pedophilia that was involved. I literally can use that word now because he pulled her close and he kissed her. Now that I think about it, this is even worse because like to say that that's an act, that he purposefully did an act to kiss a child. They don't even do that in films. They take someone who's an adult and make that adult pretend that they are a child. She's admitting she was in fact a child. So that's even weird in itself, but it also explains why in Drake's response to Kendrick Lamar, he lies and says that he set Kendrick Lamar up. It appears, according to this woman here, that Drake has been doing this for many years, pretending that he is a pedo. But what's even worse about this is that, like, when I look into these words, she said it was nothing then and it's nothing now. It is very much something if a grown-ass man is out here kissing children. A grown-ass man is out here kissing children. Nothing in this comment vindicated Drake's action because Drake's action is indefensible. But you guys are going out here defending it because you care about the man more than your own morals and more than your own principles. Because if you cared about your morals and your principles, it wouldn't matter who did these things. You would feel the exact same way. And I say this to all of you all who's defending this man. This man that on a famous singer, Billie Eilish, who posted on her Twitter when she was about to turn 18 years old, guess who responded to that Twitter post? The same guy, Drake. Drake responding to her saying, "I've been waiting." Why have you been waiting for this child, Drake, to turn 18 years old? Same man who was taking pictures with a 16-year-old who waited until she was 18 years old to take her out on a date. Look at these actions, these repeated patterns for a person, and then ask yourself, what if it wasn't Drake? This same man that had what they call a friend as a grown-ass man in high school on the cheerleading team, he becomes friends with this teenage girl's friend who's so ecstatic and excited that the man himself, Drake, is in her DM and starts talking to her when she's 18 years old. I say to all of you that are watching, and I specifically say this to this 31-year-old woman, and I say this to Millie Bobby Brown. Would you let a grown-ass man do this to your daughter? I think when Millie Bobby Brown one day in the future possibly holds a little girl in her hand, and we parents watching this knows what it does to you when you get your baby in your hand for the first time. That snap, that change that comes inside of you. Crap. I am a father. I'm a mother. Everything is shift. Everything is about this person right here that I care about so much. Millie, Would you let that child go out with a 30-something-year-old man? Would you let a 30-something-year-old man talk to this 14-year-old child? I don't want to say your name, but would you let your daughter go on stage and kiss a grown-ass man? If you wouldn't, and you're saying that your morals and your principles will never be overshadowed by a human being, a title, then can you still say that it was nothing?